À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage du Vulcain. Allumage des EAP et décollage. Paramètres bord sont normaux, la propulsion est nominale. De la manœuvre en roulis. Les paramètres bord sont nominaux.
So at 16:30 local time and right on time, Ariane 5 began her mission lifting off from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire and with 2 new satellites rising into the bright blue sky. Wonderful pictures, trailing the exhaust flames of gold. The 2 boosters providing 90% of our thrust right now, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity. 775 tons at liftoff, hard to believe. But to get that sort of mass off the ground, you need a lot of push. And push we have. Push you can see there. She's burning 5 tons of fuel every second. 2.5 tons are burning every second in each of the boosters. Plus, the core stage, the middle stage, burning another 300 kilos of fuel every second. Ariane 5 is now following the program in the onboard computer, which gives all the orders, including stage separations. We're going to see those in just about 20 seconds. We're in the first of 4 flight phases as we pass to the animation. We'll be describing each in turn, so you can follow Ariane on her way east across the Atlantic. Right now, the first flight phase, as you can see on the animation, the single first stage engine and the 2 boosters are burning. The boosters burn just over 2 minutes.
La propulsion est nominale, la trajectoire est nominale, tous les paramètres bord sont normaux.
The DDO says everything is perfect on board, and he's announced the separation of the boosters, and you can see that. That's the 2 points of light on the top, the flames of the 2 boosters flaming out. The single point of light below that is the lower stage, which continues to burn. Fine shots. We may even have shots of the fairing separation coming up in less than a minute. That'll make another 2 points of light in the bright blue sky. The single first stage engine is burning now. Taken over from the boosters. The boosters will fall.
La propulsion est nominale, la trajectoire est nominale, tous les paramètres bord sont normaux.
DDO says everything is nominal on board. The boosters fall 500 kilometers from shore into a protected area. Look on your screen on the bottom, our altitude 104 kilometers, on the right our speed 2.27 kilometers per second. The speed we need to inject the satellites, roughly 8 or 9 kilometers per second, as we've separated the fairing. There are actually 2 halves. There's another half on the starboard side of the vehicle, which is out of camera range. We can separate the fairing now because we're out of the dense layers of the atmosphere. Over 100 kilometers up, there's neither friction nor heating, which could disturb the passengers. We can also now discard any dead weight to maximize the launcher's performance, and the fairing weighs 2.5 tons.
La trajectoire est nominale, tous les paramètres bord sont normaux.
So we can get rid of it now. So all is fine on board, coming up on 4 minutes after a liftoff of the 7th Ariane flight of the year. As we look at some of the Ariane space people, we're going to look at, we'll see Charlotte Besco in a minute and Didier Frev from Kness and ESA. The lower stage will fall into the Atlantic off the Gulf of Guinea. You remember our mass at liftoff, 775 tons. Well, we're down now after separation of the first stage and all the fuel gone. Total mass, 30 tons. We're into the 3rd and final powered flight phase, the single upper stage engine that'll burn until plus 25, 32 seconds. 16 minutes roughly in all. The job of the upper stage, it takes the satellites to their injection point, it positions them for separation, and then releases them. Launch was last September. That was Azerspace Intelsat 38. It was flight 243, weighed 3.5 tons. Also, the 100th Ariane 5 mission. And there's one for Intelsat remaining in the order book. It's coming up in 2020, next year. Another look now for more on Intelsat 39, and this time it's prime contractor, Maxar.
Pilotage est calme, la propulsion est nominale, tous les paramètres bord sont normaux.
Intelsat 39, the satellite that we're launching today, is going to replace satellite Intelsat 902 that was built by Maxar and was
satellite near real time to the Earth, and it will allow with the second satellite to have near real time data of 2 Earth observation satellites at the same time.
Gabon on the west coast of Africa. It has been run by CNES for Intelsat 39 and DRSC are the 215th and 16th satellites to be launched by an Ariane 5, both with a lifetime of 15 years. Up next, a look at EDRSC's prime contractor, OHB.
Acquisition de la télémesure lanceur par la station de Malindi.
About 15 seconds left to go until the extinction of the upper stage engine. I heard the DDO call out that milestone. We'll be out of the powered flight phases and into what they call the ballistics phase, or the coastings phase, or the free flight phase. You see the nozzle shutting down there. DDO will confirm cutoff of the upper stage engine occurring at about 670
Arrêt de
kilometers
l'ESC
altitude.
sur commande de guidage.
Our mass now down to 15.5 tons from 775. Ariane has reached her maximum speed, which you can see on the lower right,
Début de la
9.3
manœuvre
kilometers
d'orientation
per
au
second.
profit d'Intelsat 39.
And you'll see her begin to slow down when she separates Intelsat 39 in about 3 minutes. Her speed will be 8.8 kilometers per second. When she releases the Silda, that's the carrying structure for the second passenger, at plus the
satellite, and we're entering Intelsat 39.
Sat 39 on the right of the screen. Below that is the black bell-shaped structure is the Silda. That's the carrying structure holding the second satellite. There's the scheduled separation. We're waiting for the DDO's confirmation.
Séparation du satellite Intelsat 39.
And there we are, the first good news, as the men from Intelsat are nodding and pleased. You see they're very politely holding their applause, because the mission, of course, is not over yet. We still have to separate our final passenger, EDRS-C. Intelsat 39 separated with a transversal spin. We promised you to show another place where people are hard at work tonight. Now we're going to go up there now. When choosing a space base, the Europeans wanted nearby hills where they could install radar
De la manœuvre
and telemetry,
d'orientation.
pushed away from the mothership, just like the satellites were. And there you are. There's the scheduled separation of the Silda.
Séparation du système de lancement double Ariane, le SILDA.
And the DDO has confirmed it. Intelsat 39 signal will be acquired. The first signal will be acquired by its station in Australia. Going to another film on the Superjet Highway.
When has the EDRS service been available, and how will it?
Very buoyant, very happy. The hugs and the kisses all across the Space Center and at the points and posts where people are following the launcher and the satellite. Work will be just beginning there. At the the different ground stations for both Intelsat 39 and EDRSC, and at the other sites around the world where the satellite's first maneuvers are being monitored.